Well, all right, now that you know what comments are, I'm going to be using it to title what it is we're talking about in each lecture. And in this one, we're going to be talking about if statements and Booleans. So first, let's start with Booleans. How do you create a Boolean in Kotlin? All you do is make a variable, give it some name like is the dog alive? It's kind of a morbid example. Either it's alive or it's dead. I guess if you watch The Princess Bride, you could say it's mostly dead or something like that. But with a Boolean, you just simply set it equal to true, or you set it to equal to false. No quotes around it. That would make it a string. And the type for this is it's not, bool like this. It's actually Boolean. So you have to type out the full Boolean if you're talking about the Kotlin type of true or false. And those are the only two things that it can be equal to. So there you have Booleans. Now, if statements, let's go ahead and talk about those. You do if, and then you put parentheses with some sort of Boolean inside of there, an expression, and then you do curly brackets to say, hey, if this thing is true, go ahead and run the code that's in these curly brackets. So for example, we could put is the dog alive, and if it's equal to true, we'll run what's in here. You can put an else statement to say, hey, if that's not true, we'll go ahead and do something here. The other thing that you can do is obviously with if statements is you can compare things. So if I made a variable like age, I could make an if statement that checks to see if somebody's over a particular age. So I could say if age is greater than 18, then I could print out something like you are able to ride the ride, and if not, you could say you're not able to ride the ride. I'm guessing this would be some code at like a theme park or something. I don't know. But you can do greater than, you can do less than, you can do greater than or equal to, same thing with less than. If you want to see two things are exactly the same, you use $! If you want to check and see if things are not equal to each other, you use the exclamation point and then the equal sign. You can test multiple things if you want by using two amperstamps to say, okay, if age is not 18 and is the dog alive? That's like, checking another condition there. Or if you want to, rather than do the and, you can say or by doing the two straight up lines. So to get to this, you have to say shift and then hit the / key to get those up and down lines. But so this is saying if either one of these things is true, then, run the code inside of here because that's true. And the amperstamp and is saying, okay, this thing has to be true and this thing has to be true in order to run the code that's going to be inside of here. So again, you probably know what if statements are and how to use them. So I think you're probably good with what we have here. Let's go ahead and dive into our challenge. And simply what I want you to do is create a variable that's equal to your name. So make a variable called name, and then make an if statement to check if your name is equal to Nick. If so, print Nick is a boss. Boz. I don't think I spelled boss correctly like I wanted to, but anyways, there's your challenge. Very simple, but go ahead and do that now. Okay, so hopefully this went well for you. You create a variable that is called name, set it equal to your name. So the odds of your name being Nick is very low, but so if it is, congratulations to you. What the code we're supposed to run is to say, hey, if name is equal to Nick, then we are going to do a print line where we print out Nick is a boss, just like that, and all of a sudden, boom, that'll work. So I'm going to go ahead and run my code to see if this is really the case. And oh my goodness, look at that. Nick, in fact, is a boss. All right, we're going to keep moving forward. In the next one, we are going to be talking about for loops.